Have you ever wondered why some people get rich while others spend their whole lives just trying to make ends meet? Is it just luck, inheritance, or is there something deeper that most people completely overlook? Today, you're going to discover exactly what the rich do differently from the middle class and the poor, and finally understand why you might be stuck in poverty without even realizing it. We're not talking about cliches or motivational fluff. We're talking about real actions, daily habits, and ways of thinking that shape entire destinies. The most shocking part: these differences aren't always visible. They happen behind the scenes, hidden in everyday decisions, silent thoughts, and unnoticed routines. Stick with me until the end, because what you're about to learn can genuinely change your life. And no, that's not an exaggeration. We're going to reveal hard truths that most people simply aren't ready to hear. To begin with, rich people don't think like the majority. While the poor and middle class see money as something to be spent, the wealthy see money as a tool. It's like money is their employee. They put it to work. They invest. They build assets. They think about return on investment. The rest? They spend what they earn. As soon as the paycheck comes in, they're already thinking about what to buy next: a new phone, a financed car, expensive sneakers. But the rich? They ask, how can this money make me more money? That's where the difference begins. And most people don't get this. It's a deep mindset shift. It's not about how much you make. It's about how you think about what you make. Poor people think about consumption. Rich people think about multiplication. And that one shift changes everything over time. Another huge difference lies in how time is used. Most people are trapped in automatic routines. They wake up, go to work, watch TV, go to sleep. Rich people treat time like a precious asset. They read, they study, they learn new skills. They're always looking for ways to grow their income or build their businesses. You might say, but I don't have time. And that statement alone is part of the problem. The wealthy make time for what matters. They say no to distractions, to unnecessary parties, to binge-watching TV shows. Everything comes with an opportunity cost. While most people trade time for momentary entertainment, the rich trade time for knowledge, value, and leverage. They understand that time doesn't come back, but it can be invested like money. And the return on that investment? Life-changing. Now, let's talk about how the rich never trade time for money, not in the traditional way. They build systems that generate income even while they sleep. Whether it's through a business, real estate, digital products, or investments, their focus is passive income. The middle class works more to earn more, but at some point, that model breaks because there's a physical limit. You can only work so many hours. The rich escape that trap. They seek leverage. They work hard, but they work hard building things that don't depend 100% on their presence. And that's one of the biggest secrets no one talks about, because it seems out of reach, when in reality, it starts small, but grows with the right mindset and strategy. If you want to build wealth, you have to stop thinking in terms of hours and start thinking in terms of systems. Another powerful pattern among the wealthy is the circle they keep. You've probably heard the saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. The rich take this seriously. They surround themselves with people who challenge them, who think big, who are ambitious. People who talk about ideas, investments, growth. Meanwhile, many poor and middle-class people are surrounded by negativity, complaints, gossip, distractions. And that shapes their mindset without them even knowing. The rich are not afraid to cut out relationships that don't elevate them. They're intentional about who gets access to their mental space. Because environment drives behavior. And if you want to level up, you need to change your environment. Change who influences your thoughts every single day. Now, let's touch on risk. Rich people don't fear risk, they manage it. While poor and middle-class individuals avoid risk at all costs, the rich study it, calculate it, and take smart action. Starting a business, investing in something new, switching careers. To them, it's part of the process. The average person clings to safety: a steady job, a fixed income, the known. But that safety is often a cage. The wealthy know the biggest risk is living your whole life without ever trying something different. They'd rather fail and learn than regret never trying. And every failure, it becomes fuel. While most people run from failure, the rich embrace it, because they know it's the price of growth. And if you're not willing to pay that price, you're choosing a lifetime of limits. And if you think being rich is just about money, think again. The wealthy invest in their health, energy, and mental clarity. They know there's no point in having millions if your body is failing or your mind is clouded. The middle class often neglects this. Poor sleep, bad food, high stress, this becomes the norm. But the rich, they treat their body and mind like a performance machine. They optimize it, not as a luxury, but as a long-term wealth strategy. Because a healthy body is productive, a clear mind makes better decisions. And over time, those decisions multiply wealth. Rich people know their most valuable asset isn't money, it's their own life. And they protect that asset like it's gold. Let's get into education, real education. While the poor and middle class often think learning stops after school, the rich understand that real learning is lifelong. They read books on business, psychology, finance. They attend seminars. They pay for courses. They hire mentors. Why? Because they know learning equals earning. They don't wait for schools or jobs to teach them how to win in life. They take control. They're not afraid to spend thousands on learning because they know it's the only investment that guarantees return. What they learn today becomes tomorrow's profit. If you want to change your life, start learning things that the school system never taught you. How money works, how to sell, how to negotiate, how to think. The rich are obsessed with upgrading their minds. And that's why they keep winning even in changing times. Let's now dive into emotional intelligence. This one is huge and massively underrated. Emotional intelligence is your ability to control your emotions instead of letting them control you. Most people make emotional decisions about money. They panic sell investments. They overspend when they're sad. They miss opportunities because of fear. But the rich, they stay calm under pressure. They delay gratification. They don't need to prove anything to anyone. They're focused on results, not showing off. And because of this, they make smarter decisions. They lead better. They handle people with more empathy and strategy. Business is people, and rich people win because they know how to navigate emotions, both theirs and others. You can learn this. You can train this. And it will change your relationships, your finances, and your future. Let's talk about vision. Rich people think in decades. They see the long game. Most others think in weeks or months at best, a year ahead. The wealthy build toward a future they've already imagined in detail. They journal. They plan. They visualize their goals. They're clear. That clarity gives them power. It tells them what to say no to. It keeps them from comparing themselves to others. While most people are reacting to life, the rich are designing it. So ask yourself, what does your future actually look like? Where are you heading? Without a vision, you drift. With one, you dominate. The clearer your picture of the future, the faster you get there. One more harsh truth. Most rich people aren't trying to look rich, they're trying to be free. While the middle class and poor are trying to impress others with cars, clothes, and gadgets, the wealthy are building freedom. They drive used cars, wear simple clothes, and invest their money in things that generate cash flow. They don't care about impressing strangers, they care about waking up on their terms. Freedom is the real flex. And freedom doesn't come from spending. It comes from building. So ask yourself, next time you want to splurge, are you buying freedom? Or are you buying approval? And finally, self-responsibility. This is the most powerful difference of all. Rich people take full ownership of their lives. If something goes wrong, they don't blame the economy, their boss, or society. They ask, what can I do about it? That mindset alone puts them in control. The average person stays stuck in victim mode. But the wealthy understand this. No one is coming to save you. You are the plan. And that's empowering. Because if your choices created your current reality, your choices can also create a new one. When you take responsibility, you unlock the power to change. That's the start of everything. If you made it this far, it means you're serious about transforming your life, and that's exactly the kind of energy we need more of around here. So if this video opened your eyes, or gave you that push you've been needing, do me a quick favor, hit that like button. It's a small click for you, but it makes a massive difference in helping this message reach more people. And if you're not already part of this growing community, subscribe right now and turn on the notification bell, because every week we drop powerful content just like this, built to shift your mindset and move you closer to the life you want. I want to hear from you too. Drop a comment below and tell me which of these shifts hit you the hardest, or what you're going to start doing differently from today. This is more than just a channel, it's a movement, and I want you in it. Let's build that future together.